Hi, this is Joshua Factor from Brokers CRM. Today we're going to go through the leads module and explain to you the uniqueness of the leads module, how it works, and how it will benefit your company. What we're looking at right now is the dashboard. From the dashboard, what you would do is go to the leads module, click on the navigation bar and click on leads, and we'll go ahead and click on create lead. Let's put in a test buyer. Let's call him George Smith. George@smith.com. Let's give him a phone number. Okay, so here's the idea behind the leads module. Okay, we have a buyer who, his name is George Smith, and either the broker had a contact with George, doesn't necessarily know whether George is a buyer or a seller or a lawyer or a lender or whomever, somebody who exists in your address book, but now we have a place to put a name and a telephone number and an email address, and we can then go ahead and get George on the phone, and we could, as soon as we hear from George, we know, oh, well, George is interested in buying a business, so we can go ahead, go to the top left-hand corner, go to the control panel here, and click on the convert to buyer lead or convert to seller lead. The idea behind this tool is as follows. Everything on the CRM works symmetrically with your front-end website. Let's say somebody goes to a listing on your website and decides to register and fills out the non-disclosure agreement and goes through the digital signature process on your website. When they finish the form, they will be saved in the system as an unregistered buyer. If somebody goes to the Sell Your Business page on your website and they fill out that contact form, we're going to assume that that person is looking to sell a business. And the same thing will go along for the careers page. If somebody fills out the form on the contact page for the careers, then chances are they're looking for a job. So we can add them into the system, into the brokers module as an inactive broker. But what happens if they go to the About Us page or they go to the Contact Us page and you don't necessarily know what this person's intention is? Once you get them on the phone and they tell you, hey, I'm looking to buy a business, well, now you know they're a buyer. And we can simply click on the Convert to Buyer link right over here from the control panel, and the system will automatically take them from leads and move them into the Buyers module. As you see now, George Smith, notice here Buyers is highlighted, George Smith is now a buyer, and you can go ahead and work with George Smith just as any buyer, as you would any buyer, and you can actually start adding businesses to his data room, which we're going to look at in the next video. One last thing that I'd like to show you about the leads module, which is in fact something that is a theme throughout the CRM modules, where you can do the same thing with any of the other tools, other modules in the CRM, is that we have a very, very powerful search tool. You can search on a very granular level every single field that exists in this particular module. So for example, right now you see the main search page for leads. You see the title of the column, and just below that this white line where you can have your various different search parameters. Right now I click on this button and I can choose from any one of all the different fields that currently exist. So for example, in this case, if I want to see what the Skype address of a particular buyer, a particular lead is, all I have to do is click on Skype, put the checkbox, and a new column opens up right there. If I don't want it, I can remove it. And I can search the database of buyers, of sellers, of listings, of brokers, or whatever you want, based on any field that exists in the form itself.